appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another prediction video. We're finna go over Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 3 for the BMF title, UFC 318, Dustin's last ride. I'm gonna give y'all my picks and predictions. We're going through them. This authentic. I haven't looked at the fights, so y'all going through it with me. But let's go ahead and get into the video, man. Let's go and get into these predictions. First fight of the night. This actually not a bad fight, bro. Like, both of these girls are finishers. I think they got like 2 decisions between both of them. No, I don't even think that. I think she has all finishes. I think she does as well. Both these girls are finishers. They've also lost to the same girl, Ernesto Karakati. They both lost to her by split decision, that tall flyweight. Like, I don't know how she makes flyweight. But I'm going to be real. This fight, I was kind of like, when I first seen it get made, I was kind of like, bro, like, you know, it's another WMA fight. But honestly, both of these girls can scrap, bro. Like Nicole Cagliari, you know her off the Contender Series where she got that armbar win, and you know she's really short, bro. Like, you know, I think she should go to strawweight. So she's 5'3". Like, all these girls are like probably going to be taller than 5'3", or most of them. But she's really small, and she's coming in at a plus 235 favorite, plus 235 underdog. Excuse me. Carly Judas, on the other hand, she's like I said, she's good. She's decently sized for the division. And I'm going to be real, I think the odds should be a little closer instead of Judas being like close to minus 300. But this is going to be a good fight. She's going to be an underdog in most of her fights because, I mean, she's so small, bro, for the division. She's 5'3", bro. Like, 5'3". Her last fight, she fought somebody who was 5'9". Like, you know, she's going to be at a reach advantage every time. I think if she loses another fight up at flyweight, she's gonna have to move down to strawweight, man, because 5'3", you know, she's not like really little in terms of like, you know, mass wise, but she's short, bro. But in this fight, I'm gonna go Carly Judas by decision, man. I think she'll win. I don't think she'll finish Nicole Cagliari, but then again, I've been wrong before, and both these girls, it ain't no telling, man. It ain't no telling, but both these girls are scrappers, and I got Carly Judas by decision. Next fight, man, I'm going to be real. I feel bad for Jackson McVeigh. We got Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. I feel bad for the guy because he was scheduled to fight Cedric Dumas. Then he was scheduled to fight someone else. And then now, you know, they're giving him another fight, but they're giving him, probably a top 3 hardest hitter at middleweight in Bruno Ferreira. Like, I'm going to be real. This matchup isn't good for Jackson McVeigh at all. And if you know about Jackson McVeigh, he's a finisher as well. You know, really tall for the division, 6'4". And he moves really well as well, bro. And his cardio isn't bad. But, man, I'm going to be real. They kind of, like, did bro bad with this matchup, man. Like, it's his debut. And he fighting Bruno Ferreira, who's been around, who's knocked guys out, who's, like, you know, it's one of those, man. I feel bad for the guy because he went from Cedric Dumas to somebody else who was unranked on their debut to Bruno Ferreira. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. But I'm gonna be real. It's definitely a path to victory for Jackson McVeigh. But I don't think he's gonna win this fight. He could definitely try to keep him at range, but Bruno Ferreira, he's been able to get inside range a lot. Like, you know, because he's short, he has to overcome the range and the reach battle. I think Bruno Ferreira is gonna put him out, man. Like, sad to say, like, this is your debut. You know, he may wait in and everything for his last fight, but I'm going to be real, bro. I don't think he wins this fight. I'm going to go Bruno Ferreira by round 1 KO in this fight, man. Let's go Bruno Ferreira by round 1 KO. Moving up, man. Also, Bruno Ferreira is minus 800. Ryan Spann versus Lucas Brzeski. Lucas Brzeski, I'm going to be real, he's mid. Ryan Spann isn't that crazy either. You know, he's just moved up to heavyweight. He did get KO'd by his last fight by Waldo Cortez Acosta. You know, Ryan Spann, he didn't do terrible at light heavyweight. He was just mid. But, you know, he lost to Anthony Smith twice. Brzeski, on the other hand, like, he has a win over Walter Walker, and we see Walter Walker, he actually looks good. And he also got knocked out by Kenny Nzechukwu his last fight. But in this fight, man, I think Ryan Spann should win pretty comfortably. Like, they got Ryan Spann at minus 235. I think he should win this fight pretty comfortably, man. Like, I don't know if he'll knock out Lucas Brzeski, but even if he doesn't, I could definitely see him getting a submission. But Ryan Spann is a finisher. I don't think Lucas Brzeski wins this fight, man. Like, I definitely see a path to victory. Like, he can land a shot on Ryan Spann, but, you know, it's not like Ryan Spann is just a chinny, like, just chinny, you know. Like, you know, I think he could take some punishment. But yeah, in this fight, I'm gonna go Ryan Spann, and I think I'm gonna go. Lucas Bresky's never been submitted either, so it's kind of I don't think he'll sub him. I'm gonna go Ryan Spann by decision in this fight. I'm gonna go Ryan Spann by decision. Moving on, we got Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. Jimmy Crute, man, I'm gonna be real. He hasn't won a fight in a long time. It's been like lost, draw, lost, lost, draw. Like his last fight, man, you can make an argument that he won, but it was a draw. It was a very close fight, But Jimmy Crute is always just hasn't won in a long time. Marcin Prachnio, he's been around, man. He has a win over Khalil Roundtree. That's aged pretty good, but pre Muay Thai, pre Thailand Khalil ain't nothing crazy. Once again, been around, journeyman, really old. Jimmy Crute's like 33, and Pragnow's like 37, 38, somewhere in that range. Uh, I mean, this fight is really like, it's one of those ones where both these fighters are mid, but I do think Jimmy Crute should get the W. They got him coming in at minus 260. Yeah, I think he should win this fight, man. I think he'll be able to take him down, control him. I think the striking will be pretty even because Pragnow, I would say he is a better striker. But I think Jimmy Crute should be able to just win this fight pretty comfortably. For that reason, I'm going to go Jimmy Crute by decision. Finishing off the early prelims, man, we got Adam Fugitt versus Islam Dulatov. Islam Dulatov, he isn't 1-0. He's 11-1. I think he's 11-0 actually. Well, 11-1 and 11-0. But all finishes. This dude's really he's a finisher. Adam Fugitt, once again, man, he's been around. Like Adam Fugitt, I think everybody knows Adam Fugitt. But I'm gonna be real. They got Islam Dulatov at minus 600. I think that's good odds. I think he should beat Adam Fugitt. I think this is one of those fights where it's going to put him on the map. He had that elbow KO on the Contender Series, which was really it's a really good KO. And I think he's going to be around wreaking havoc. I ain't saying I guess too early to say what'll happen, like champion and all that stuff. But I do think he will get some good performances. I think he's going to be one of those guys that like when he's fighting, you got to tune in. I'm going to go Islam Dulatov by round 1 KO. Moving up to the prelims, man, we got Table Gauthier versus Robert Valentin. His last fight, Robert Valentin got smudged by Torres Finney. Table Gauthier is coming off a KO in Mexico City where, the dude that he fought, he take a lot of damage, but he couldn't do that with Table Gauthier. Really big for the division. Like those Cameroon guys, the Francis Ngannou. People was calling him the middleweight Francis after that his last performance. And, he said it. He's coming. And the dude, he looks good. Robert Valentin, he is a finisher. Torres Finney, that performance gonna be really wasn't good. It was really bad. And yeah, I think he's one of those fighters where it's just like if you see his name, you'll know his name, but then it'll be like you can't pick him to win. Like I don't know if I would ever pick Robert Valentin to win a fight. And they got Table Gauthier coming in at minus 575. I think Table Gauthier is going to get another KO. I think he's going to make it look really easy. Valentin, he's like I said, man, that last performance, like say what you want about Torres Finney having a bad performance, but if you let that happen to you, bro, it's even worse. And he's fighting a guy who's going to come in there. He's going to look to take his head off from the beginning. I don't think Valentin will be able to take this guy down, and he's going to be on the feet. Like I said, middleweight Francis Ngannou. I think Table Gauthier gets this fight done. I think he gets this fight done early. I think he gets it done in emphatic fashion. Give me a Table Gauthier by round 1 KO in this fight. I think he gets it done by round 1 KO. This is actually a close fight coming up. Francisco Prado versus Nikolai Veretinnikov. His last fight was really kind of disappointing, lackluster. Francisco Prado is like he's never in really boring fights, bro. And he's a finisher as well. I think he has 0-1 decisions on his record. And he's never been KO'd either. Like that chin, he took some punishment, and he keeps walking forward. Nikolai Veretinnikov, he's not terrible, but then again, he's like really mid. I think he's had 1 or 2 fights in the UFC, and they got at minus 160 for Francisco Prado. I think he should be a bigger favorite. Veretinnikov isn't a terrible fighter, but I think Francisco Prado should win this fight. I think he's a better striker. I think the grappling won't be that big of a difference. I think Francisco Prado gets this fight done, actually. I could see him getting a KO. Like, he is a finisher. Actually, I'm going to go Francisco Prado by round 3 TKO. I'm going to go Francisco Prado round 3 TKO in that fight. Moving up, man. I ain't gonna lie, they did Brendan Allen terrible in this fight, bro. Brendan Allen is from Louisiana, and this and he was the co-main event at first, and then they moved bro down to the prelims. Like I don't even think he the feature. He not even a feature prelim, bro. Like they just did bro bad. I ain't gonna lie. You at home and you on the prelims, but hey, it is what it is. Go celebrate. If you win, go celebrate with your family after the fight, man. But Marvin Vettori, like I said, been around a long time, man. His last fight, I did think he lost. Brendan Allen, his last fight, he actually didn't look bad in that fight. He just, his wrestling deficiencies is just kind of, he has good jiu-jitsu and he relies on it a lot. But his striking didn't look bad against Fluffy. But I don't think Fluffy is that crazy of a striker, that good of a striker. But I do think Brendan Allen, his striking is improving. He's only 29 years old. He's been around a long time. He was on like a 6-fight win streak, was it? I think a 6-fight win streak with like 4 finishes. Then he lost. But Vettori, this fight was scheduled originally and it fell through, but now it's happening. I think Vettori, and they have Vettori at plus 185, Allen at minus 225. Those are some odds I do not fully agree on, man. I'm going to be real. I thought Vettori would have been the favorite, but I guess you're only as good as your last fight, and Brendan Allen didn't look terrible in his last fight. Allen lost to Imavov, which he didn't look terrible in that fight. Vettori, he lost to Delise, and once again, he didn't look terrible either. It's just 2 middleweights that's been around, and I don't never see them cracking into that top 6, top 5. Again, Vettori, he's been up there, but I don't think he gets back. And Brendan Allen, he's just one of those fighters, man. It's iffy, but I see he's getting better. I think I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen in this fight. Actually, Vettori was gonna be my underdog pick of the day, but I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen in this fight because I'm gonna trust him, man. He hasn't got his hand raised in 2 fights. Vettori, I feel like he's peaked already. He isn't getting any better. The wrestling could come into play, but both of these guys are submission aces. And I think Vettori, you could say he's a slightly better striker. But then again, Brendan Allen, he's not looking bad on the feet, and I think he's improving. Like I said, he's 29. So give me Brendan Allen by decision, man. Let's go Brendan Allen by decision. Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira as a featured prelim. This is a great fight. Kyler Phillips' last fight, he looked terrible. Rob Font pretty much he did him bad, bro. I'm gonna be real. Rob Font, he looked bad against Kyler Phillips, and I looked bad for picking Kyler Phillips, even though I thought he was gonna win. He was a pretty sizable favorite. I said Kyler Phillips was a top 5 striker at bantamweight, and I would never. Those are some words that would never come out of my mouth again. But in this fight, Vinny Oliveira, lockdog, he's looked good. He's had some good performances. His last fight, he was losing. Then he came back and won with messed up ribs. And like I said, man, really long for the division, really active, good power. I think he has he has 16 knockouts. Like the dude, he's really good. I like this guy. He is ranked. This is time to move up the rankings. They have him coming in at minus 170. Not bad odds. Phillips at plus 140. I think Vinicius Oliveira is able to control the range in this fight, the distance. Even though he is at a disadvantage. I think he'll be able to get close to Kyler Phillips because Kyler Phillips, if he isn't able to just pick his shots off and move around, I think he's going to struggle a lot. And Vinicius Oliveira isn't going to let him do that. He's going to dictate the pace. He's going to dictate the range. He's going to go be in his face the whole fight. He's going to make it ugly. And I think Vinicius Oliveira, I don't think he's going to finish Kyler Phillips, but I've been wrong. But I do think Vinicius Oliveira is going to win this fight. Give me Vinicius Oliveira by decision. Yeah, by decision. I don't think he'll finish him. But let's go Vinny Oliveira by decision. Moving up to the main card, man. They got Daniel Zellhuber at minus 345 on here, but they have him at minus 600 on ESPN versus Michael Johnson, man, the menace. Once again, you already know Michael Johnson. That's a crazy tattoo, by the way. He's been around. He has a win over Dustin Poirier. I think, didn't he? Yeah, he has. He knocked out Dustin Poirier. He has some really kind of crazy losses as well. Zellhuber, his last fight he lost. It was a war. But I do think this guy here has ranked potential, man. I think Zellhuber, he could definitely be ranked any given day of the week. Really, long for the division. 6'1". And like I said, Zellhuber, he comes to scrap, bro. Daniel Zellhuber is a really good fighter. And MJ, he's random, man. Like 24-19 is a crazy record, bro. But I don't think I could ever pick Michael Johnson. I picked him to win his last fight. I don't think I could pick him to win a fight against like a prospect, like up and coming, like savage like this. Even though it's Michael Johnson, so you never know. But man, I gotta go Zellhuber in this fight, man. Like, would I want Michael Johnson to win the fight for sure. Like, I like him, and he's been around. But I gotta go Daniel Zellhuber in this fight. I think he'll get in Michael Johnson's face. I think he'll make it a 5-fight, and I don't think I can trust Michael Johnson's chin, even though he can definitely put anybody out in that division. We've seen it before. I'm gonna go Daniel Zellhuber by round 1 KO in this fight, bro. Moving up, man, we got Dan 50K Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull's best days are behind him. Dan Ige finally got his first ranked win in the UFC, finally. And his last fight was a stoppage win. Controversial, but he got it done. Patricio Pitbull, last fight, Yair, didn't do anything. Got completely shut out. But I ain't gonna lie. This fight on paper, though, both of these guys like to slug. They want to punch. Like, they want to sit in front of each other and punch. And Ige's never been KO'd. They have Ige coming in at a -180. I kind of like that, even though it's going to be a 5-fight, so I think the odds could be a little closer. But Pitbull, like I said, his best days are behind him. Been through some wars. I think Ige gets it done, bro. I actually think Ige gets it done. I don't know if he'll get it done by knockout. Not ridiculous, though. Ige does hit hard, bro. You can say he is a top 3 power in that division, bro. I'm not going to lie. Ige hits really hard. Patricio Pitbull been through some wars. That chin has some mileage on it. Yair put him down. Didn't finish him, but he can definitely put Ige down as well, but I don't think he's going to finish Ige. But this fight is going to be a 5-fight. This is a really fun fight on paper. Glad they cooked and put this matchup together. But I'm going to go with my guy Dan Ige in this fight, man. I'm going to go Dan Ige. And I'm going to go Dan Ige by decision. Yeah, let's go Dan Ige by decision. Moving up. Man, Kevin Holland has fought. What the fuck? He's fighting on every pay-per-view, man. But Kevin Holland is back again. Man, this man making his money, man. Versus D-Rod. This fight was scheduled, I think I scheduled 2-3 times. Probably more. But Kevin Holland's going to beat this guy, man. Like, D-Rod, he's not bad. You know, he's coming off a win against the guy Kevin Holland knocked out. I forgot his name. Fuck, I don't want to click his profile because I know the dude's name. It's the Argentinian guy, man. Him. But, yeah. Kevin Holland's going to run through him. I'm gonna be real. Like, this is gonna be a fun fight, though. I ain't gonna lie. Kevin Holland, he's never in boring fights, unless he's getting smudged grapple. But welterweight Kevin Holland is a mythical fighter. They have Kevin Holland coming in at -475. I like that. I like those odds, man. I think he should be in that range, -500 type range. Because D-Rod, he doesn't have D-Rod. He can pop. He has a little pop in his punches, but I don't think he's gonna chin Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, how many times he's been knocked out? Kevin Holland's going to win this fight. I think he gets it done relatively easily. I don't know if I say early, but he's going to finish D-Rod. I'm going to go Kevin Holland by round 2 TKO on this fight, bro. I can see a scenario where he drops him and just TKOs him, or drops him and subs him. I think that fight gets done, bro. Give me Kevin Holland by round 2 TKO. Moving up to the co-main event. This fight was scheduled for, I think, 317 originally, and then it got moved back. Can you load? Come on, can you load? Anyway, we got Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Paulo Costa, I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't think I can ever pick him to win a fight. Like, the dude, his last win was in 2022 against Luke Rocco, and he couldn't finish Luke Rocco. Like, Luke Rocco's hands was on his knees. He was tired, gassed out, and he couldn't finish him. Roman Kopylov, he lost to Fluffy. And, I think Kopylov is actually really slick, man. And he's a finisher as well. I don't think he will finish Costa, but I do think his kicks is going to get Costa a lot of trouble. And if you're able to kick Costa and keep him at range, I think you're going to get Costa a lot of trouble. For that reason, I think Kopylov is just going to, I ain't going to say walk through, because when I think of somebody walking through him, I think somebody getting a finish and just making it look easy. But I do think Costa is going to lose this fight. I don't know if I can really pick him to, win fights. When was the last time Costa's won? 3 years ago. Roman Kopylov is going to win. The kicks are going to dictate this fight. He's not going to stand in front of Costa, and Costa, his style has been really bad. It hasn't really been good as of late after his recent fights. And, yeah, I'm going to go Roman Kopylov by decision in this fight, bro. Hold on, y'all boys. I don't know what's wrong with this damn thing, bro. Anyway, bro. We got Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier, the main event of the evening. The BMF title, 5 rounds, Dustin send-off fight. this fight is going to be really good, man. I told y'all, it's going to be moments in this fight where they just standing in front of each other, throwing punches, just like, not moving, nobody taking a step back. And at the end of if they get to the end of the fight, you know what's going to happen in the last 10 seconds. You already know what's going down. Now, I know people saying, Poirier's old, he's washed. I don't think so, man. He went toe to toe with Islam. Yes, he was winning, he was losing, but it's not like he just looked crazy bad against Islam. He didn't look bad at all. Like, Islam is just that good, and he took him 5 rounds. And I think Islam is pound number 1, pound number 2, and he took him all the way. Holloway coming off a KO loss against Ilya, and I know people saying Holloway's chin's cracked. Holloway, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I understand that Max Holloway got knocked out, but I don't think, him getting knocked out down a weight class and him, taking a long break, coming back, rehydrated at an upper weight class. I don't think he's just that means his chin is gone, bro. Now, some fighters, once that chin gets cracked, it is gone. But I don't think that's going to happen with Max Holloway. I do think it's going to be a war, though. And I think sometimes the fighter just has your number. Like, Dustin is going to mix it up sometimes in this fight. He's going to shoot takedowns. He's going to make Max think about the grappling. He's going to hit Max up top. And Max isn't some defensive wizard either. Max gets hit a lot. He has the most significant strikes absorbed in UFC history. Max is there to be hit. And Dustin has accuracy. He's going to hit Max a lot. Holloway's going to tag Dustin as well. I know he looked great against Justin Gaethje, but Justin Gaethje isn't as defensively sound as Dustin Poirier, especially in just a striking fight. Dustin Poirier, he got knocked out by Justin Gaethje, but he blocked the head kick right. Dustin is defensively sound. He's also there to be hit, but he's not that, susceptible to being hit than Max Holloway. And yeah, upper weight class, I still think Dustin has his number. At 35, 36 years old, Max is 33. I think Dustin will come in the fight with a chip on his shoulder, knowing that, like, bro, this is the last time I'm going to be able to fight. This is the last time I'm going to be able to, punch somebody in the face in front of thousands of people, millions watching around the world. This is the last time I'm going to be able to hear my name get called by Bruce Buffer, possibly get an interview. The media, he knows this is the last time. So I think with all that being said, Dustin is going to come in there in tip-top shape. I think he's going to be ready. I think he's going to be prepared for everything. I think he's going to be willing to die in that cage like he always is, but even more, because when it's the last time, you just go in there and it's just a different type of fight. The fans are going to be by his side. They're going to be with Max as well. I'm not saying they're going to boo Max, but, he's at home in Louisiana. He's going to be going crazy. He's going to have everything on his side, momentum and everything. I think Dustin Poirier gets this fight done, bro. I don't think he finishes Max, but I do think he beats Max again for the 3rd time. I think Dustin retires. He's going to retire. He rides off into the sunset. And yeah, man, the Diamond retires on a win. Max Holloway wouldn't be the end of the road for him. And plus, I think Max is higher ranked than Dustin anyway. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's higher ranked than Dustin anyway. So yeah, Max loses not the end of the world. And I think Dustin is just going to go in there, man. He's going to have fun. He's going to be flowing. And I think we see a vintage Dustin Poirier performance where he gets like a 48, 47, 49, 46 on one of the judges' scorecards. And I think he gets this fight done by decision, man. Dustin Poirier wins this fight by unanimous decision. I appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another video. Y'all know I'm going to keep these videos coming out every single week. Y'all just keep showing love, keep showing support. Don't forget to vibe with the TikTok in the description. Y'all know we going up over there. Follow me on Instagram. I love y'all boys. And as always, I'm going to see y'all on the next one.